I'm Leo, and you're watching English with Leo. Today I'm going to tell you the basics of tensed verbs in English and the basics of the English verb system. So these are only the tensed verbs, not the modal verbs. If you want more information about modal verbs, you can watch some other videos. Okay, so this is just tensed verbs today. So sometimes people say that there are 12 tenses in English, and I'm here to tell you that that is not true. There are 2 tenses in English. And as you can see on this chart, these are my tenses. They are present and past. That's it. And future is made using modals. We do not have a future tense in English. So that is not part of tensed verbs. However, when I talk about simple and progressive, I will talk about future as well. Okay? But that's also separate other videos. So that's tense. And then going this way, we have what we call aspect. Now, aspect tells something else different from tense. Okay? Aspect tells something else about the verb or the action that you're talking about. Okay? Before I go any further, I want to say that present verbs are not always present. They don't always mean present. And past verbs do not always mean past. So if you can let go of the idea that tense is only related to time, that will help you to understand English verbs. So the first aspect is really no aspect, and that's what we call simple aspect. And it is made by using a very simple version of the verb, often just one word. Simple present is things like, I am a teacher. I eat chocolate. I like cats. So simple verbs are not simple verbs. Present verbs are real and near and close. That means they have a feeling or meaning that they are close to us and they are real. A simple present verb is just something that is true at the time that I'm saying it, okay? And we don't think of it as a long, ongoing action often. So something like, I am a teacher is a simple present verb. Past verbs are the opposite of present in that they are far away. They might be far away because they are in the past, right? If I walk to school every day, that is closer to me than I walked to school yesterday, okay? This is always true. This is not always true. The simple past are complete actions. They're done. We're thinking of them as something that's over or far away from us for some reason. Okay? So that's simple aspect. Not much meaning. There's like no aspect on it. Progressive is the next aspect. So you'll notice we have 2 tenses, but we have a couple of aspects to make people think we have more tenses. So progressive, same as continuous, means there's an ing on the verb. And what that means is that something is incomplete or ongoing. So often longer. These are longer verbs with the ing on them. They take longer. Or we are thinking of them as not being done for some reason. So a present progressive is close, but also incomplete. I am teaching about verbs. I'm not done teaching about verbs, and it's very close to me. I'm doing it right now. It's happening, okay? That is present progressive. Then past progressive, okay, it's that same idea of taking a while, but we've moved it into the past. So we don't usually use this verb alone. We use it maybe with a simple past. I was walking home when you called. Okay, so I was walking home and I was not done walking at the time that I'm thinking about. Okay, so a lot of this has to do not with what happened or what the action is, but how we think about the action. Okay, so this is something that was incomplete and ongoing at a time in the past usually, or for some reason, some other reason far away from us. Okay, so the next one is perfect. And perfect verbs are made with a have or a had in the case of the past. This perfect aspect has one and only one meaning, and that is before. So a present perfect verb means before the present. Okay, so we use it to talk about the past, because what is before the present? The past. Okay, so if I say I have seen that movie, it means that it happened in the past, but I'm thinking about it, how it affects me now. I can talk about that movie. I can say if I liked the movie, I don't want to go see it tonight, or I do want to go see it again. So these have an effect on the present. So before the present means the past, but for some reason, I'm using this one to say it's close to me. It's important for now, for the present. So this is an example of a present verb doesn't mean present, okay? If I have seen the movie, that means I saw it in the past, okay? Yeah. So past perfect means before the past, or before a time in the past. So this will be made with a had. He had seen the movie before he read the book. Okay, so this means something happened before something else in the past. That's the only time we use it. We don't use it very often. Okay, Americans, other English speakers, we don't use it very often either. But when we want to, then we need it. Okay, or when we need it, we really need it. Okay, finally, you can combine these two aspects and put both onto one verb. So you can put a have and an ing. I have been talking about verbs for several minutes. Okay, so it's has an effect on now or is up to now, but it started in the past, but I'm still doing it. Okay, so it's incomplete before the present, before now. So I started in the past, it's taking a long time, and I'm not done yet. For the past perfect progressive, again, it's in the past, but it's before a time in the past, and it started even longer in the past. So I had been walking for 20 minutes when you called. Finally, I want to say that we use these verbs that are here the most, okay? The further we go that way, the less we use the verb. And the further we go down, if future is here, which it sometimes is when I'm teaching this a little differently, the further down we go, the less we use the verb, okay? So we use this one a lot. Simple present. I am a teacher. I love horses. I eat pizza. We use this one a lot. I am teaching about verbs. And we use simple past a lot. I went to the store last night. But everything else, we use some, but not as much. And we use it at certain times when we really need it. So learn these first. Get really good at these first, and then worry about the rest of these guys. Okay? So if you want more information, be sure to look for my other videos, and I have informational sheets and worksheets as well, so you can find more information about the different types of verbs as you move forward. I'm Leo, and you're watching English with Leo. Hope this helps. Bye.